hold on. I got too close to the car. I forgot. Oh, jeez. It did the whole thing. Pinched my nipple. Change audio output to speaker. Okay. Try again, please, Master.
You are under a lot of pressure, financially and otherwise, to get a lot of things done.
Yes, Master.
And one of the things that you're having trouble with is focusing on doing those things that you need to do. You're going to your job, you're doing your job, and that's about it. Once you're off of your job, you kind of run free. And from my standpoint, as far as I can understand, that's unacceptable. Therefore, you're going to have a restricted amount of time per day that you can spend role-playing.
Okay.
Furthermore, a restricted amount of time that you can spend on Discord. Or IMVU.
Yes, Master.
These restrictions will lift as you become more capable of doing what needs to be done before anything else. So, you need to focus on getting money for your car, money for your rent, money for your bills, amongst other things.
Yes, Master.
So you're going to focus more on life than on roleplay. And it's gonna suck. Because right now, you're focusing a lot on roleplay. And you're not focusing on life. One of the things that I want to accentuate is once you're done with work, you should be going and doing, what's it called? Uber, Lyft, whatever the fuck you do.
The Uber.
Yeah. So Uber, Lyft, whatever the fuck. You should be doing that. And you need to focus on that more than you need to focus on your daughter, on your mother, anything else. You need to focus on getting stuff done for yourself. Because right now you're not, and you're drowning. And that is overflowing into your online life. Do you understand this far?
Yes, Master.
Yeah, this chat doesn't count as Discord time. This is communication with us.
Yes, Master.
You have exhibited behavior that indicates that you need a more firm hand. So, you are going to report and keep track of how much time you spend on Discord, Imvu, role-playing with others, in any way, shape, or form. That includes email and text. You're going to keep track of how much you smoke, even if it's just weed, because you need to cut down on everything that you're doing that's costing you money. Because you need to focus on getting yourself back up to a comfortable place where you can start saving for yourself again. Whether it's getting a new car, new computer, vacation, whatever. But you need to get back to that point where you're comfortable again.
Yes, sir, and yes, master.
This is a restructuring. When you're at work, you need to focus on work. Once you're done with work, you need to focus on Lyft/Uber. Therefore, when you're doing Lyft or Uber, you're not going to have your daughter with you.
She's not allowed to be with me anyway.
Good.
There's no riders. You can't have other people in the car.
I don't know what the rules are, so.
I know. I'm informing you, master.
Fair enough. Your daughter and your mother take advantage of the person that you are and take up a lot of your time. And that in itself needs to be managed. Family is important, arguably the most important thing in the world. But you need to manage the amount of time that they can take from you. Needs to be limited. And they stress you out.
Yes, master.
So, how much money do you need in the next week?
Probably about 500. Actually, a little bit more than that.
Okay.
To be honest with you, about 956.
Okay, so for the next 2 weeks, you're going to do your job at the hotel. And when you're not doing your job at the hotel, you're going to focus on Uber or Lyft or whatever the fuck you do to make money. You need to limit the amount of time that you are home. You need to limit the amount of time that you spend with your family. This is not a punishment. I'm trying to help you get your life on track. I know that you enjoy your time with your daughter. And I know that you hate the amount of time that you have to spend with your mother, but this needs to be done.
Yes, master. And as for my marijuana intake,
Mm-hmm.
I smoke a lot less than y'all even. Y'all could probably smoke what I smoke in like maybe 2 days. What I smoke in months. These little vape pens are what I smoke the most anymore because I because of smoking so heavily, I got to where smoking bud is actually really hard for me to do. Even these vapes, Rob says that eventually I won't cough from them if I stay away from the nicotine. But I'm 8 days, okay. But the one that I say is my little puffy pen because it's the lightest one I have, and most of the time I don't get super high off of it. That one, it gets stuck, and that's when I get super highs, and I had to suck it really hard to get the clog. I know you guys have vapes, but you know what I'm freaking talking about. But maybe not. Y'all have pretty strong lungs, probably, maybe. But
Not.
this
Very lungs.
my little puffy pen, I've had that one since November. But I also have like 4 half-gram little puffy pens, a whole 2.5 gram puffy pen, and then I just bought this one and one more of the little half a gram ones. And anytime I buy those are usually on sale when I get them, and they're usually 25 or under. And then I get a gel for me and my mom because like right now I'm using it on my elbow, but it's usually I use it on my back because it relieves the pain. It's not like a miracle, but it helps me sleep.
No.
But
So
and that's it, and it takes me forever to use all that. I'm not that heavy a smoker. I mean, might become now because, well, I need this puffy pen more than anything right now. But
I want you to start managing your funding, and I want you to start managing your intake better.
My intake?
And we're going to help you with that. And I want you to understand.
What do you mean my intake, master?
That food and smoke.
Oh.
And I want you to understand that the fact that you have been 8 days without nicotine does not go unnoticed. We see. We understand. And as far as I'm concerned, I am proud of you. I don't feel the need to say it every fucking day.
Didn't ask.
And I won't.
Thank you, master.
As for what I will say, it's about fucking time you did something for yourself. And this is proof that you can. You do not need someone to rule your life. You do not need someone to control everything that you do to make sure that you get shit done.
It's nice somebody says that.
You can do it on your own.
I mean, you don't know how nice it is to hear somebody say that, because the 18 years I spent and with him, and I'm not like trying to focus this on my life story thing here, because what's that? The bottom of the puffy pin. I'll show you mine. Mine has a button on it. See, he used to tell me that.
That's fine, Aiden.
Huh?
That's fine. Hayden needed to go.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was reading back to see what he was saying about the adjustable battery and stuff. Either way, I got my car because I left there, and after years of him telling me that I couldn't do it on my own, and I kept trying to tell him, look, you don't know me. I'm not a... I raised my daughter. I know people don't realize that. I had my daughter when I was 16, and my mom, while she loves me and I love her, she's more of a bitch than people realize until they meet her, and then they're like, what the hell? My ex-master hated
your mother
her.
is a nightmare. Your daughter is hard to deal with. I understand. You have to deal with a lot of shit, and that's one of the reasons I want you to stay away from your family.
And funny enough, that
family for you is not what family is for me.
And funny enough, one of the good things about my ex-master was he said the same thing. One of the things about cameras was he said the same thing. I started working on saying no more often. My mom gets so mad now, and I tell her I need time to have for myself. When I tell her on Wednesdays, I finally told her, I was like, look, Wednesdays are mine. I don't care. I will go sit in a parking lot all day long just to have time for me by myself. And then I feel really guilty for it.
Don't.
But I need that time for me. I need to, because it doesn't even feel like it's enough time after that, because every day I'm out doing stuff. I'm out driving. I'm out. And then she'd be like, oh, well, you'll go and you'll sit at your daughter's work for an hour. All right. When I drop my daughter off, I have an hour that is me time. I don't have anything else. Sometimes I listen to the book. I haven't lately because it really pissed me off with this whole auto start thing. All right, and then sometimes I sit there and play on Discord, or I watch YouTube shorts. And as for at work, the hotel, when it's busy, like tonight for about 3 hours, it was busy. But other than that, unless he assigns something for me to do, which is not really often, all my work is basically done when I'm sitting there. I have to stop and like check the internet every once in a while, make sure there isn't a special request coming in. You know, if I've got people that haven't showed up, I'm supposed to call them if it's a busy night and stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, I do have work to do, but for the most part, I have nothing to do with the hotel.
Well, I just want to make sure that you're managing your time.
Yes, Master. And that's actually the better time for me to be on the phone, if I'm getting time on the phone that day, is when I'm at work and have nothing in front of me to do. That is the best time for me to be on, because I really need to be making about $150 a day right now, and which is possible. It's doable if I don't get up stressing out about doing it and then not go do it because I was stressing out about doing it. And that sounds so horribly ridiculous. But that falls along the lines of not having enough spoons to do it. And I forget which I don't know how to explain it, but it's the same. It's kind of like with Hayden, where he doesn't have enough spoons for certain things. You wake up with so many spoons. Mine is like, I know what I need to do. I could do it. There's no problem that I couldn't do it. Like, I could have fixed that bathroom, but I could not. Like, I would walk in there and it would just be stress. I would fall apart. I would not have the energy. All I could do was stand there and say, this is what needs to be done. I just need to do it. And I mean, like, it sounds really ridiculous. And there's no, huh?
I said, okay.
Like, my daughter ended up having to call her church because I was doing great. I had everything going. And then, like, the guy that was helping out, he quit. And I was like, okay, well, this is all me. And I started doing it. And he had done something under the house, which is not a place I can go. But he had done something under the trailer with the pipes. And I guess what the plumber said was that it was the angle. When he put it in, he bent it, that it's not supposed to be bent. And it, like, caused the pipe to explode. So I was having a freaking mental breakdown about getting out under the house to deal with this pipe. And, like, why did it explode? And, like, I don't know. I just had a mental breakdown about it. Anyway.
Right. So you need to make money to pay your bills and shit like that. Part of your daily tasks now involve making $100 a day in means other than your job.
Yes, Pastor. So I have to. I'll have to report this part to you.
Yes. All of this you'll be reporting to me. Write it all down.
I recorded it all.
There you go.
Hopefully it came out crystal clear.
So, all of this being said, if for some reason all of this doesn't go well, we're running out of ideas. We're trying everything we can to help you.
And I'm trying to show you that I'm trying.
I know. The big things are, I don't want to see you squabbling, fussing, or like getting into like whatever with other people in Chatterbox. I understand you want to be in Chatterbox. You're allowed to be in Chatterbox. You're allowed to hang out. You're allowed to do what you need to do and everything like that. Just, I don't want to see any more big squabbles in there. I don't want to have to come in and interject.
I walked away.
I know you did. I'm not yelling at you about that. I'm not yelling at you at all.
I mean, and she continued, but...
You know what I expect.
Yes, Master. So, what time is it? It's 12:31 now.
So you're done with the hotel job, right?
Yes, Master. And I was about to say, oh, I can go, and no, I can't. Because I've had to... Huh?
You could go in what?
And do the Uber rides, but I can't.
Why?
Because I was struggling earlier to stay awake, and I drank caffeine, and by the time I get my daughter home, I'm gonna crash.
Okay.
It
Get some rest. Get some rest tonight.
Yes, Master.
I want you to get a good 7 or 8 hours. And then
So
you're going to start this new routine either tomorrow or Sunday.
Yes, Master. Sunday is a very big day for me always because I had to get up early, take my daughter to her Sunday thing, and then I get a couple hours in between, and then I have to go get my mom and take her to the Sunday thing, and then I have to come back and like an hour